Today, we're going to talk about what could easily be one, if not the biggest, money-making opportunities in the market out there. We know that crypto AI space has been huge. It's been on fire. I know there's a lot of controversy around it. Well, in today's video, we're going to go through top crypto AI tokens that I believe and have reason to believe, and I will share these reasons with you, that they will be the top performing crypto AI tokens. These investment opportunities give you the opportunity to make 100x, 1000x times your initial investment. Sometimes. So it's not financial advice. I'm simply sharing what I have researched and what I know with you so you can make your own decision. But I'm telling you, these are the top vetted, believed in, invested in crypto AI tokens by the most knowledgeable crypto investors in the space. This is generational, life-changing, of an opportunity for you. So that said, let us jump into it and get started. First, we're going to take a quick look at Bitcoin's chart. We've been crowding around 62,000. As you can see, 62, 63,000. We kind of regained our position after Israel bombed Iran. There's been so much fear and uncertainty in the market, and we know that that is why Bitcoin's price and the crypto market's general market cap went down, because the world, right, you and me, we all hate uncertainty. And when we feel unsafe, we tend to protect ourselves, right? We take back our money. We want to protect, and you go into survival mode. So you're not looking to invest. So that is why Bitcoin's price went down with these talks of war escalating globally, right? So it's very natural. But actually, the fact that Bitcoin's price, didn't plummet and has more or less maintained this range is an indicator of the fact that the market is strong and that the market wants to pump. It wants to rally, right? Otherwise, we would have totally gone down to zero. So this is actually a really good indicator of how we're doing. And we're going to run through a few other reasons I believe that the market is still about to take off. It's still about to pop off. If you're new, then I can understand why you're afraid or fearful and uncertain on whether or not the bull run's ever going to happen. I can completely understand. But coming from someone who's already been through a bull run, I'm going into my 5th year in crypto. I can tell you that all the signs still line up, the writing on the wall, the math, the charts, the data, historically, we're still within range. And so it's still going to happen. And we're going to go through some of these reasons why. One of them being the fact that despite talks of war and all these things, inflows, all the top institutional funds, which you can see at the top of my screen here, right? So we have BlackRock, it goes by IBIT, Fidelity, Bitwise, ARK, Invest. All of the top investment funds are still deploying. They're still buying Bitcoin. So what does that tell you? If you didn't see my last video, I'd encourage you to go watch it, because I play a video clip for you from BlackRock's CEO talking about, why he believes and why BlackRock believes that, Bitcoin may be a good investment. And that is because it's a good hedge. It's a good protection against global uncertainty. And, every country in the world's currency pretty much going down in value, as it is, even in the US, right? But globally, all currencies, because the US dollar has been the global reserve. It's been everything has been denominated in dollars. And as you'll read here, this is what I was saying, is that this guy, Mercury, validates it. He says, successfully holding major support levels, as we can see in the previous chart, in the midst of war FUD, right? Fear and uncertainty, right? Fear of destruction, is probably indicative, right? Or a sign of a market that wants to trend higher, that wants to go up. Bull markets are notorious, right? Or they're known for brushing off bearish events so much higher. And then you have this cute little dude down here that's basically, going all in, investing, still bullish. And then as we can see, according to Bloomberg, Bitcoin has been the top performer, all year compared to all other assets, compared to gold, compared to silver, to every other, real estate. Bitcoin is already leading the way. And just this year, it became legalized as a financially accredited financial instrument. So these are all very telling signs, and it will all the more, like we are all the more looking into a bullish year ahead if Trump wins. And as we know right now, according to popular vote, as we can see on Polymarket, and this doesn't even include the US, which is so funny. It doesn't like allow US citizens. I heard of another, speculative betting type website that's going up that does allow Americans. Then I don't have the name at the top of my head, but if you know it, please let me know in the comments. But so this is what is so interesting is that this poll that we're looking at doesn't include Americans. So can you imagine if Americans could vote? And all the states in red are the ones that always vote Republican anyway. So like my residence would have been Texas. And so, I'm automatically supporting Trump, which I'm very happy about. So very, very exciting. So far, Trump is leading the way. This is good for the economy. You don't have to like him as a person. So once again, this is not a campaign for Trump on a personal level, but it is my vote for him from a financial standpoint because he has a plans to, bring in the Bitcoin into his, Federal Reserve strategy, so many things. And another indicator for us, we see that new whales are buying Bitcoin like crazy in the same way that they did in 2020 before the explosive bull run. So what you see in purple here, this is 2020, over here is 2024. You can see that what's in purple looks very similar on each chart. So you have like all these new whales or like big money, big investors coming in and scooping, buying Bitcoin like crazy. So that's another reason that I'm personally bullish. And I know some of the top, like pretty much all the top most knowledgeable investors are bullish on Bitcoin. I mean, just a moment ago, I showed you all the top institutions of like the richest people in the world because these institutions invest for the richest people in the world, pretty much. They're all investing in Bitcoin. Yesterday, like they all threw in. This is in like the millions. So they're not scared. They invest when the market's down. That is rich people's strategy. They invest when the market's down. When all the little people get scared, go pull their money out, tank the price, they're like, oh great, things are on sale now. I'm gonna buy it all. That's what they do, okay? So I'm just trying to share with you what I know, what years of my own hard-earned and learned crypto investing experience has taught me, and I'm just trying to share this with you. Okay, so that was the first piece of news. Next, and this is just a big picture sort of synthesis for you. So this guy, Unipix, it's a great account on Twitter if you want to follow him. He says, let's play a quick game. Bull versus bears. Q4, right? So Q4 is like the last, 3 months of the year. So the last catalysts or like things that may make the market go down, basically, for the bears, for the pessimists, for those that think that the market's going to go down, right? So we have the war escalating in the Middle East. Unfortunately, it makes me so sad, so sad. I wish that humanity, everyone would just realize, like, what are we doing? We're all stuck on planet Earth together. Like, why don't we try to work together? Why don't we try to improve the quality of life for everybody and go and join Elon and going to Mars and like explore the galaxy and see what other amazing things, how amazing we can make life for everyone. I think it'd be amazing. But for the time being, till everyone does some bufo or some psychedelics or ayahuasca from my native country, Bolivia, until people do that, we do have this looming war. Iran versus Israel is escalating in the Middle East. And then who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, it says anything else. I mean, we do have the new Trump movie dropping, I think, a few days before the election, which many think is very, very strategic. It's going to be the story on Trump. So that could be another thing. But what are all the reasons that point towards a bull run? These are the Q4 catalysts. One is China is pushing an aggressive stimulus package that will only accelerate, right? So we've heard of this. We have the U.S. aggressively cutting rates in the U.S. and China, which we know is a historical event. Every 4 years, right before elections, the U.S. tends to cut rates, right? So this is a thing. It's just a pattern, okay? So they're going to do this. It's going to stimulate the market to like get back to business. People are going to take business loans out again. It's going to be a good thing for the market, right? Which puts people in a good mood. They're feeling positive about the world. Third, and we're hoping on this one, Trump is set to be the first Openly pro-crypto US president based on polls, as I showed you a moment ago. Trump is leading the way right now. And technically, whoever wins the popular vote tends to win the election. That's usually the way the relationship or the correlation goes. Q4, seasonality advantage, an election year combo, right? So this basically means historically, every 4 years at least, because it's correlated to the Bitcoin halving, which passed a couple of months ago or a few months ago now. Entering October and into December, okay, is when the bull run starts. This year, it happens to correlate with the election, right, which tends to usually kick off the bull run. So we have these things in our advantage as well. And then a very, how can I say it? A very crypto specific reason is that the FTX stimmies, right, or their repayment to everyone who lost money on their exchange during the massive collapse a few years ago, are going to start getting their distributions like these last few months of the year. And these repayments are going back to crypto, like hardcore crypto degen investors. So what do you think they're going to do with this money, knowing that the bull run is about to kick off? And that this is the last chance they have at buying Bitcoin and their favorite crypto coins at a discount. Like, what would you do? You'd probably, I'd hope you go buy some more Bitcoin and like top crypto tokens. So this is why this guy wraps it up by saying he's struggling to understand exactly why anyone would be bearish here. Dips are for buying, he said, in my opinion. So funny, someone in my community, sorry, your name escapes me right now if you're watching, but he was like, you know how there's Toys R Us? He like changed it to like dips are for buying, or dips are for us, or something like that. It was so clever. I think I'm going to put that on some swag. And that's what this Alex Thorne gentleman also says, right? He says that the FTX plan will likely see about 1.1 billion distributed to small creditors, right, under 50K before end of year. The remaining 10 billion delivered in Q1 or Q2 of 2025. So that tells us there's going to be new money coming into the crypto space starting now until the end of the year and into the first 2 to 3 months, even potentially into the summer of next year. So hello, it's going to be fantastic. There's a lot of money coming into crypto, which is going to pump everyone's bags, all of your crypto holdings that are good. So let me know in the comments what you're holding and I'll comment back on my thoughts on them. But yeah, and so here we see it, on the screen by Shared. He says, winter is coming. Treat this as the final chance or bull market. I'm not a fortune teller, but like seriously, this is the cheapest we'll see pretty much any of the crypto tokens, give or take a bit, give or take like 1,000 or something, right? Or like a few thousand. But compared to, some of these top crypto tokens going up times 100, times 1,000 in some cases, it's relatively, trivial. Like it's not the biggest price difference. So that's what he says. Go back to 2020 and look at the chart. Sentiment on what happened in Q4, in Q1 of 2021. And then he says, AI is the new DeFi. Play wise, play smart. And this is where we segue into the top AI crypto tokens that I want to share with you. Each one truthfully deserves a full deep dive, but I will at least briefly share them with you and then let me know in the comments which ones you'd want like a full ecosystem type tutorial on how to get involved, how to like bridge, how to swap. Let me know and I'm happy to make a video like that for you. So just to kind of zoom in on the last statement here, he says AI is the new DeFi, right? So like in the last bull run, DeFi was like the craze, right? So were NFTs, but DeFi was pretty huge and has been in the past. Well, what he's saying here is that AI is the new DeFi. So AI is the new hot narrative. So are memes, right? We know memes have also won a place amongst, even VCs, even like proper investors that I know of are investing in memes as well, because there's no behind the scenes pulling of the strings by big bag holders, by big VCs and funds, right? Like the tokens are completely distributed. They're minted, they're distributed, and they're all immediately out on in circulation, and it's a very even playing field for all investors. So there's a whole different angle to investing in memes, but they're definitely super, super high risk. But nevertheless, AI is a huge narrative. And that's what this guy is saying here. He says memes have speculation, but no fundamentals. Although some do. We're going to get into one. We know that Pepe coin, not Pepe, Pepe coin, one word, and Bonk, these are meme coins that have a real use case. And I happen to know also of a few other meme coins that are wanting to pivot into real use case as well. So stay tuned for that. But that's what he's saying here. Have speculation, but no fundamentals, unless you're Bonk or Pepe coin. DeFi has solid fundamentals. They're real products. They're real instruments on helping you grow your money. But they lack speculation, right? They lack the fun community, sort of like betting, like they lack that fun angle. But he goes on to say, AI has both. Speculation on the promise of upcoming solid fundamentals. Understanding this is key to position yourself depending on different circumstances and market dynamics. So they're not all winners. It's so important to know that. And so many of them are going to completely belly flop. It's just part of the nature of how it goes. But the ones I'm going to share with you are the ones that have the biggest promise. They have fundamentals, they have real communities. They've survived and maintained a steady price throughout the bear market. Some have been around since last bull market. So we know they're going to make it, right? And in some of the cases, which I'll share which ones they are, I happen to also know the teams and know quite closely and intimately like what they're building. So I can personally tell you that, which ones I really believe in. But just to sort of solidify all of this is, and you can play me on 1.2 or 1.5 speed. I know I don't speak so fast, but it's just the nature of how I speak. But this is just very important to share with you because BlackRock, it's like the biggest financial entity, I'm going to call them an entity in the world. I think their net worth is like more than all of I think every small nation in the world combined. Like that's how wealthy they are. Don't quote me on the stats, but it's something that huge. BlackRock has unveiled or announced a colossal $30 billion investment in AI, teaming up with tech giant Microsoft, which is also a gigantic company in the world. I think at one point it was like the highest performing company in the world. So all of this to really emphasize how big AI is. It's not a joke. You may have heard I've heard also some new people saying like, oh, I heard it's a scam. It's not real. Well, that's probably true for, like almost all the AI tokens. You have to really know where you're getting your information from. If you're getting it from me, I'm telling you, you're getting it from a good source. If you're getting it from people like Kyle Chasse, my partner, good source, has been in the space a long time. If you're getting it from people like Elio Trades, Alex Becker, Ivan on Tech, then yeah, like you have to know where you're getting your information from, right? Like don't listen to everybody, right? So the majority of AI tokens, yeah, they're garbage. They're a scam, just as are like almost like 80% or 90% of crypto tokens in general. But the AI movement, ChatGPT, Elon Musk is building a robot AI. AI is real and it's here to stay. And the crypto projects that I'm about to share with you have figured out how to decentralize, right, which protects the network. It doesn't allow, one group of people, one company to exploit all your data. We know data is like the new oil. It's decentralized and they're building in protocols to protect your data from being exploited. And you get to choose how you want it to share your data, to train their models, and you get paid for it. And it's all really respected. So all of that to say, let's jump into them because there's a lot to cover. And for the sake of this video, I won't go into all of the great details. But yeah, so as you can see here, right, like the generative AI market is expected to grow exponentially from 40 billion market in 2022 to an estimated 1.3 trillion, not billion, trillion over the next decade. So this is where decentralized AI or DePIN comes in. As AI continues to integrate into new sectors, we believe the demand for decentralized solutions like Sentient will increase. So let's jump into it. This is the list on CoinGecko of the top performing, top market cap crypto projects or tokens, right? We have Near Protocol. They've been around since last bull run. Bitensor is the oldest. I made a whole video on Bitensor. You can go check it out in my playlist. Pretty huge. Allows you to be part of the power required to power AI, something like that. But that's a very, very high level description. Then we have this internet computer. I've not heard, this is very new to me. Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, Render's huge. AOZ, I can personally tell you, is a beast. It's a sleeping beast. And then we're going to just briefly go over what you see on my screen here. This is what I was mentioning to you a moment ago, which is there's going to be many, many AI crypto tokens that belly flop. And that's normal. It's completely normal. This gentleman kind of ranked them out. I don't entirely agree with his ranking. He put Bitensor at the top, Near, but he put AOS on as a second tier. I think AOS should be at the top. And then based AI down here, I think it should also be at the top. So who knows? This is his analysis, but I agree with what he's saying. What he's saying is that basically only time will tell, and many of the top crypto AI tokens right now are going to belly flop. But what I'm going to share with you are the ones that are solid. So the first would be Near Protocol. Let me know if you want a deep dive. The second would be Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. Once again, let me know if you want a deep dive. Third would be Fetch AI. Fetch AI is interesting also because they merged with Singularity Net and Ocean Protocol. So like all pretty huge AI crypto projects all came together and decided to work together. So they're a beast. So yeah, Fetch AI is a really, really solid, good one. And then next, Bitensor, as I was mentioning, they're like one of the oldest AI crypto tokens. But you hear, Bitensor began as, just to validate this, right? Bitensor began at a 2.6 allocation in the Grayscale AI fund, and it's now a 27.6% of their allocation. So if they've increased their investment allocation amount into AI, it's probably a good sign that we should possibly consider it as well. And just some validation, right? Like Elon, like there was this tweet about Bitensor and Google, like Elon liked their post. Google invited them to come speak. Then you have YouTube co-founder reposting Bitensor's post. So you have some giants really backing Bitensor. It is expensive, as we saw, but it's leading the way and it has big backers. But the ones that I'm very excited about personally and very, very bullish on, and I happen to know the teams, well, the team in this case, AOS. AOS is massive. AOS is a layer 1 blockchain, right? So it's like a network, like an operating system that enables quick execution of dApps with low transaction fees and unlimited scalability. And it basically enables everyone with their mobile devices or their computers to help power the network, and then it rewards them for sharing their computational resource. So it's pretty massive, pretty massive, but it's many things too. Like once you go read more about AOS, let me know if you want a deep dive. It's super interesting, and the team is amazing. They have an army of developers. It's incredible. And then the next one I'm super excited and bullish about, and let me know if you also want a deep dive on them, is Based AI. And this is the one that's linked to a useful meme coin, Pepe Coin. This is awesome. I should really make a full video on Based AI. So what I've heard, based on what I've heard from the team, is that Based AI is like a level up from Bitensor. Like they did a Twitter space last Friday, so you can go check it out on their website. But I was listening to it, and you hear their lead developer explain how it is and how it works, and they really, it's so much to explain in like a few seconds here, but brilliant. And they've pretty much solved and expanded on where Potensor left off. Incredible. So I am extremely bullish on based AI. It's one of my biggest holdings is based AI. And this is, they emphasize on data privacy as a fundamental right in the digital age. And it aims to improve data security through decentralized infrastructure and encryption technologies. It's huge. Like, frankly, it deserves its own video. Let me know. But I think I'm going to make one anyway because it'd be really great for everyone to know. And go check out their Twitter. I'm going to have to wrap up this video because it's gotten quite long. But they have their burn for their brains happening depending on when you watch this video, like today or tomorrow. So you're in time. If you want to participate, go check them out. But they have a whole announcement, all the details there. But we're going to wrap it up here. But see, as you can see, it's connected to Pepe Coin. And this is, what you can do right now. You can either go check them out. It's one of the projects I'm the most bullish on. So that said, we're going to wrap it up. Please like and subscribe if you found this useful. Leave a comment or what other type of content you would like to watch, tutorials, and I'm happy to make these for you. But all right, guys, I will catch you guys next time. Ciao.